what you get up on the morning show. I got a whole lot of bars, but before I go, chop chop real smooth, she the boss. No, baby, hold up, I'm about to call the Jellolady. They your host, 12 to 2. If you need a getaway, come and see this view. Got a whole lot of drama, feeling like you wanna snap out. Put your feet up and watch a midday madhouse.
I'm a 8-figure, tailor-made nigga. $250,000 dripping off my pinky ring finger. I'm a whole knocker, big shit talker. I'm your favorite motherfucker's favorite motherfucker. When I kick bang, spitting my slang, banging my gang, gotta let my nuts hang on. Blow through it, popping these bands, spend it all like money and a thing. Little mama, I'm a if you want me, come be my Mona Lisa. Let me make a masterpiece with you. No limit on my visa.
Hello.
Hey, what's up, y'all?
How are you guys?
We are back. We are back.
Yes.
We are back.
Yes.
So,
It's been a while.
it's been a little minute since you've seen us. You know, welcome to the Midday Madhouse.
Right.
We are in the building.
That part.
So let's say hello to the people and to each other. Hey,
Yes.
Boo.
Hey, boo.
It's
Yes.
good to see you.
You too.
I need to stop making faces. Okay, we need to do that. Shout out to Robbie Tolliver for this morning's libations. Thank you very much.
Yes. Yes.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you, bro.
Yes,
That was yeah. That's it.
That's it. It is.
Uh-oh.
All the way in.
All right. That's me. That's me.
Yeah, that's you. Not me this time.
Yes. So it's been a lot going on, as
Yes,
you
as you
can see.
can see.
You know,
been a
it's
lot.
cha-cha.
And the Jellolady. We
Uh,
here.
Why not? Why
Right,
not?
right.
Why not? You don't get no better than us. Yeah. So it's a lot of shenanigans going on.
Shenanigans and tomfoolery as
Yes.
always.
I had looked at some news and there was a lot going on. People were still celebrating Easter. Shout out to
Yeah,
TT
shout out to
Lucy.
TT Lucy and the Easter Bunny.
Yeah, she's still running around
running
here,
around hopping and helping and
hopping and helping.
hopping and helping doing
The
all
HHL.
Yes.
Hopping. Wait, I couldn't get it out. Wait a minute.
You hopping, helping
And Lucy.
And Lucy, yes.
Hopping, helping Lucy. Hopping, helping Lucy. So shout out to TT Lucy. Like she does a lot for the community. It was a lot going on. Matter of fact, everybody says Happy Easter, but it's Happy
Resurrection Day. Yes,
You
it
know,
is.
so and then Friday was Good Friday.
Yes, it was.
So hey, I hope everybody enjoyed their time with your friends, with your family, because it was a long weekend, and it was a working weekend for us.
Was it?
But shout out to the All Natural Corner.
Too. Yes,
Yes,
right
you
at
guys.
601 Berkeley Street, right here in Camden.
Yes.
Shout out to them.
Yes, we're so proud of you guys, and the store is beautiful.
It is. It's amazing for us.
It's an amazing store. So, shout out to them for their grand opening. Shout out to Mr. Ways and Nye and Miss Pam, everybody that put
their academy for the
Easter egg hunt. And they had a sleepover.
Yeah, they had a lock-in for the kids and an Easter egg hunt. So, shout out to y'all.
So their academy right here, 1656 King Avenue. Why was I about to say 15? I don't know why 15. I don't know if that's your address, whose address that is. But they had a sleepover. That went well. And then we had an Easter egg hunt on the campus with Dare to Dance and Dare to Flip with the whole Dare Academy in the campus. So the kids had a ball. We wasn't able to make it because we had the grand opening for the All Natural Corner. So we did a lot. Easter Bunny came here and then running to the All Natural Corner. Then we had our own families and stuff that we had to go through. So it was a busy weekend. So I really hope you guys enjoyed your whole weekend. Also, the American Legion in Burlington City had their Easter egg hunt, which was yesterday, and that turned out very beautiful. I took my my 3 little baby cousins. Well, they're not babies, Cherish, Little King, and Dries, and Aunt Connie went with me. So we took the kids. Guess what? Most of the eggs, shout out to the Legion, most of the eggs had money in them. Okay, so Little King came out with $42.
Okay.
Cherish came out with $30, $33, $34. Dries came out with $30. So I can just imagine, most of the eggs had a lot of money in them. So shout out to the American Legion for going all out for the kids. Mika, her mom, all of you guys at the Legion, Aunt Julie, all of you guys put this together. TT Lucy, and y'all did a hell of a job for these kids, and so did their academy. So shout out to everybody. But what was your weekend like? Because we didn't see each other. No. And usually we spend the holidays together. Yeah. This was one holiday that we didn't. Okay, so she going to stop acting up because she didn't make it the 4th of July because she messed up her ankle last year.
My knee
your knee.
Yes, I had torn my
and we're going to get that. We're going to have to get our bodies together.
I'm together now, so I'm physically able. But this weekend, I needed a break. I'm not even going to hold you.
Right.
Last week
was a pull for us.
Look, last week was so stressful.
We wasn't getting out of it. And you was away. The Jellolady was away.
Listen, I was away and
had a lot of stuff going on.
It was the foolishness.
Yes.
I went away for the foolishness. I could have stayed here for the foolishness. There's all kinds of foolishness.
And which y'all don't realize, and I just got to put this out there, right?
Throw it on out there.
I got to throw it out there. Everybody, listen. The Jellolady does not live in Burlington County. Okay, she does not live in Burlington County. The Jellolady lives in Pittsburgh. Because everybody be like, "What do you mean?"
Yeah.
What's in Pittsburgh? Yeah. Her houses.
Yeah, that's where I live.
She has houses, literally houses that she has tenants.
Yeah, I got
she has her own house. She got things, kids.
Look, I got a lot going on. Okay.
She got kids. She got everything.
I got kids going on. Yeah, it's a lot.
Right.
Shout out to my kids.
So what did you do? Sunday, Easter. You relaxed.
Tell you what I did on Sunday.
Slept.
Absolutely nothing.
Blaze did this weekend.
I lay around the house.
Shout out to my husband because he slept the whole day because he's working 2 jobs.
Look,
so he's gone.
Look, I wanted to get up and come to brunch with y'all.
You sound like him. That's your brother?
Look, yeah, that's my
y'all was on the same time schedule. Did y'all talk?
We didn't, but we was connected that day. Listen, I ain't gonna lie. I got up. I was up and playing. I could have made it.
You just wasn't beat.
But you know what? I was like, that requires me to put on clothes. Listen.
Isn't that
it's one
crazy
thing
how you can
shower
feel
and put your
sometimes?
robe back on and lay back down. That's for me. I'm
right.
all for the lay back down after the shower. I don't have to get dressed. So yeah, that's what I was doing. I was laying there. Plus, my mom came home from vacation. Shout out to mom and dad.
Yes,
they had an amazing
I gotta come
vacation.
over and see them because I haven't seen them.
They're all nice and tan and stuff. I'm jealous. Okay.
And I can just imagine Daddy's.
Yes, look, yes.
So mommy is like our complexion.
Yeah, mommy is like complexion. She's sunny.
She's like that because when she gets that tan, she turns like that Indian red, pretty color.
Right.
And Dad, he gets that chocolate. Her daddy chocolate.
Look, he gets that red chocolate too. It's a lot going on in my color wheel. Okay, it's a lot.
Right.
It's a lot happening.
You're not the only one.
But they definitely had a great time. Got a good present. Like they thought about me while they were away. I was excited.
Ain't nothing like presents.
No, it's not. And shout out to my mom for the bag. Okay, so I got this mom bag from a little while. Okay, it's beautiful and it's sweet and it's an thing.
Really?
I can put everything in there. I have all my work stuff in there and my personal stuff in there.
She gonna have to. She got to do another trip. She got to y'all got to redo the trip, Mom and Dad. We need to tag them in here.
Yes.
Tag Mommy.
Yes.
We got to tag her, and I need me a bag.
Yes.
I'm so proud. But they deserved it. You know, it's nothing like.
Right.
You know, we got shenanigans.
Shenanigans.
But it's nothing like having real parents.
No, it's nothing like having.
You know, like nothing like having a real father.
I want to show off my bag.
Oh, that's the bag.
Yes.
When I came in here, I'm looking like.
So yes, this is my bag. It says Aruba on it. It's all nice and rainbow colored. I had to explain here with it next, but you know, she just thought I'd like it.
But you are, you know, we like colors.
Yeah, we like colors.
We like colors, so that's
you know,
cool.
Shout out to Mom for the bag. And it came with a nice little it came with a scrunchie. It came with like a little like a wrap thing. Like it's a beach bag, but it's every day for me now. Because as you notice, I've got all my work stuff in here.
Right.
You know, I got to keep my prayer books in here and stuff because you know I got to stay prayed up going around in here. The foolery.
But shout out to everybody, like, cause so for us on Easter, you know, we did brunch at the Hash House.
Yes, and
it was so delicious. The Hash House is good. Like I like it. I had their meatloaf. It was delicious, and it had spinach and onions and peppers and mashed potatoes. Like the mashed potatoes was at the bottom, and then it had spinach, green, red and green peppers and onions, and then it had carrots. I wasn't a fan of the carrots at all.
Because you never are.
But I like them when they're sweet.
Right.
They was like cut in diagonal.
Oh no.
And it was like this thick. I couldn't tell whether it was a carrot or sweet potato.
Oh.
So I didn't like the taste. So shout out to Daddy. He ate them all.
Shout out to Daddy.
And they had
he
some
got them good eyes.
Yeah, and I had string beans, but the string beans looked like they was a little overcooked. They was wrinkled. Matter of fact, my sister Ebony said, "Why your string beans look like somebody just got out the water with their toes all?"
Of course.
They was wrinkly, like the string beans was real wrinkly, but my food was good. Even though the string beans was wrinkly, they tasted really well. So that's what we did. And then after that, the Easter Bunny showed up for the kids and the family. Of course, you know, the kids, they like, that's TT Lucy.
Yeah, of course.
But she came in and I think she kind of put the kids in shock a little bit, the other kids.
Yeah.
Because it was time to eat. TT Lucy from here.
Right.
Got to eat.
Yeah,
with the whole bunny
yeah.
suit from here down.
Right.
She like, listen, I got to eat her and Uncle Spencer. But then after that, we went bowling. And we stayed at the bowling alley for a long time. For about 3-4 hours, we sat and had family time at the bowling alley. So shout out to the family. We had a really good time. Everybody, but the crazy part is everybody was willing to still eat. Except myself, Daddy, Uncle D. We was nodding off.
Yeah.
Like, and I ain't playing no bowling because I ain't got, the way this body is set up, bowling is not it. And so we didn't bowl, but we had fun with the kids and mixed and mingled with everybody. So that was really good. We had a really good time. So, you know, it's all about, and you know what I really love? All right, so yesterday we went out with the kids, right? Aunt Connie sat down and she said, you know what? You know what we didn't do? And I said, what? She said, we didn't tell the kids, which I found real interesting. She said, we didn't tell the kids what resurrection and what Easter is.
Um,
And so she sat at the table and explained to the kids and asked them, like, do y'all know what resurrection is? Do you know why you guys are celebrating Easter? And they did not understand, like, what was going on. Like, no, it's the Easter bunny. No, it's not about the Easter bunny, because the Easter bunny, and this is, Hannah, I'm going to kill Hannah. Let me tell you what my daughter did. So the kids, we all at the house because yesterday I need to fix dinner. She cooked Easter dinner since we didn't have dinner. Yes, on Sunday she cooked dinner yesterday. So Hannah comes up in the house. I pick Hannah up from work, and Hannah says, "Mom, now the kids are sitting there. Why do we celebrate the Easter bunny?" So I said, "Well, they just called it Easter." And you go Easter egg hunt. And she said, "But the Easter bunny don't lay eggs." So the kid, George went, "Wait, what? The Easter bunny don't lay eggs?"
Yeah, no.
I'm like, Hannah, children, we are having an adult talk. You guys need to go over there.
Well, first of all, let's be clear.
The Easter bunny.
It's a bunny, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
They not laying no eggs.
No, a bunny
they
don't lay eggs.
Babies.
Yes. So we need to explain.
Yeah, like I'm gonna need everybody to just be mindful of the biology. Okay, let's be mindful of that. Okay, because we can't have kids out here talking about bunnies laying eggs because they don't.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not what they out here doing. They're not laying eggs.
Oh my
God,
God.
marshmallow chips ain't laying no eggs neither.
No, but it was just so funny that
she
said that, and I'm like, yeah,
right.
No, don't mess up the kids.
Right.
But it's really facts. It's just like truth is, right? Christmas. Technically Christmas is the devil's day. We're not supposed to really be celebrating it.
Right.
But they say it's the birth of Christ.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, the devil was the one that put the tree up. And everybody started decorating the tree. And that's how the birth of Christ is. But the Christmas tree is not what we're supposed to celebrate. It's supposed to be technically about being with your family and enjoying and thanking God for the day, thinking of the day that he was born. Then we have what? What's the next holiday? What's after Thanksgiving? Thanksgiving is from the Pilgrims.
Yeah, that's the Pilgrim holiday.
But my personal opinion, they said the Pilgrims was doing a lot. They went around with the peace pipe.
Yeah.
They tell you about this in school. And the peace pipe, to me, I'm sorry, I tell everybody I know, peace pipe, I think it was weed.
Yeah, it was.
Everybody got the munchies. Everybody started killing the animals and eating it up. And I think that's what Thanksgiving is about. Right? All right, the peace pipe. Oh, we made peace and brought family together. Yeah, you smoked some marijuana. Yeah, right. Everybody got the munchies, and everybody said, "Oh, I'll cook a turkey. We'll cut his head off, put him in the pot."
Right.
Oh, here goes some bread. We can make put some seasoning on this, and we can make some stuffing. Here goes some homegrown carrots and stuff like that. What?
Shout out to Rose McGraw, whoever you are that is looking for the cash app for the Midday Madhouse.
Yes. The cash app for the Midday Madhouse right now, we don't have one, but what we are looking what you can do is you can do the cash app through the Jellolady.
And you come out.
What?
I don't know you, sir. You won't hack me.
Oh, the cat. Yo, yes, the hat.
Yeah, you won't get.
Oh, I thought it was
okay.
Let me tell y'all something. There go the shenanigans. First thing in the morning.
First thing in the morning.
I think
like
I just
7:10 in the morning. Going to talk about
good afternoon. Let me know when you would like to schedule. Okay, well let's go.
Yes. Okay.
I've been getting a lot of those, but
yes, I get a lot of those.
Yeah, so shout out to you.
Yeah, shout out to you for the attempt.
So what other holiday do we have? 4th of July. What is 4th of July?
It's Independence Day, but we ain't. As brown people, we ain't really free enough, so I don't really know we celebrate.
I mean, but we're voting. We came a long way.
I mean, we've come a long way.
We came a long way, so
celebrate the fact that we've come a long way.
And I think that's just another holiday for us to put food on the grill.
Look,
Color people love to cook
but you know
out.
what? We don't really need a reason because as long as it's over 70 degrees, it's 65, 70 degrees.
Wait a minute,
outside.
it's not even 65, 70 degrees right now, and I need it, and Connie
Yeah.
talking about putting steaks on the grill for dinner tonight.
Oh, well, listen, shout out to them because I ain't even mad at them. Listen,
Right.
gas cooks all year long inside and outside. Okay?
Right.
Because I'm going to just tell you, I'm going to put, the propane is ready to put something on it.
You talking about propane? Let me tell you. Now remember, Anita. But shout out to Anita because I know she get ready to chime in.
She right up here.
But remember when we thought somebody stole the propane tanks?
Yes.
How about Daddy put them up? And she just found them. Yeah, and she talked to Daddy, and he was like, "No, I put them up." So this whole time she been trying to fix the chicken, fried chicken, and had to do it by hand without the propane tank in her. Daddy done put them up. She thought somebody had stolen their propane tank. Because you know people do steal.
Yeah, oh yes they do. People steal.
They will steal.
Yes they do. They steal.
So what other holiday we have? 4th of July, Thanksgiving, Christmas,
Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day. That's the devil.
Okay, so let's be clear about what Valentine's Day is. Okay, I don't know if nobody knows this,
Get it
but
right,
let me enlighten
people.
y'all what St. Valentine's Day is all about.
Right.
Okay, St. Valentine's Day is the day when they murdered a whole bunch of people.
Right.
We celebrate like a massacre, basically.
Yeah.
So I don't know what kind of love y'all get from that, but you know.
If you love it, we like it.
But we like it and love it.
Yeah, because I mean, shout out to our men.
Yeah, shout out to our men
Because they did it big.
They did. They
did it big on that. They did it big.
For Valentine's Day.
Yes. So hey, we were loved.
Yes.
But
and we weren't
technically,
massacred.
we wasn't massacred, and technically, you're not supposed to celebrate that day. Technically, they say that you're supposed to go to the graveyard and give love to your veterans and the people that have died for you and your slaves and things like that. Like you're supposed to move around and slave owners and things like that. Graveyards that they forgot about.
Yeah,
You're supposed to go give that
Yeah,
type of
yeah.
love to them. So maybe, the Jellolady and I next year,
Next year,
2023. Well, maybe we can put a live show together and just go to different grave sites and give our love.
Okay.
Because that's what it's supposed to be about.
I guess we can do that.
Yeah, we'll show y'all with action instead of telling you guys what it is.
Right.
But technically, that's what other holiday? So we covered Christmas,
Valentine's Day,
Thanksgiving,
Easter,
4th of July.
July.
Is that it?
There's Memorial Day. That's when we honor our veterans.
Yes, we honor our
And
veterans.
then we honor them again for Veterans Day.
Right.
Then we honor President's Day and Rosh Hashanah for the Jewish.
Yes.
There's another one, Yom Kippur.
Yom Kippur, yes.
What else? Those are all Martin Luther King. Those are all.
And Jehovah doesn't.
Yes.
Jehovah Witnesses do not
celebrate anything.
Yeah, but what they do is, I don't know. Did you know Big T was Jehovah?
No.
I just told John that I didn't think y'all. I didn't think y'all knew.
No.
So shout out to Big T.
Shout out to Big T because I definitely
Yeah, so
did not
he's
know
a
that.
Jehovah Witness, along with his family and others. They don't celebrate like Easter and stuff like that.
They don't do
So what they
birthdays.
do is they have big dinners the day before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they call it a gathering.
Okay. Okay.
But they don't celebrate the holiday right on the holiday. I didn't make it this year to Big T's mom's house, but they go down on a Saturday.
Yeah.
But Saturday was a little busy.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I missed that. I missed that dinner. Yeah. So I think we covered all holidays, but for us as Americans, everybody, y'all gotta understand, like certain holidays is not. They're really not technically for us to celebrate.
Not for us to celebrate. They're not meant for us.
And like the Jellolady said, for brown people, we just like to cook. So it can be a cookout.
Look, if it's 65 degrees, we put the grill outside.
If it's like this right now,
the grill
goes outside.
Because the grill will keep you warm while you stand out there trying to cook it.
Right. Because
And you go
inside,
outside. Right.
Inside, outside.
Cause I ain't gonna lie, I had when I lived at my house in Pittsburgh, when I was living in the house before I moved to the apartment, I had my gas grill on my front porch underneath my awning, and that's where I cooked that.
Yeah, that's how Anita is. Anita like that. Her and Kimi have the grill right there.
Yeah.
And as soon as you walk out that back door, the grill sits right there.
Well, mine was on my front porch.
Well, you know, their back porches.
Yeah.
So they have.
They look, but see, like I had a back deck and patio, but I didn't want to go back there because in the back of my house is like there was a hillside, and on the top of the hillside, in between where the next, like the house is, there's a house up top, which is the next street over.
Okay.
And then there's like a drop down, like it's a level off space.
Right.
And then down below that is the hill that goes into my backyard.
Oh.
And on that leveled
See,
off.
she got to explain this, ladies and gentlemen.
And on that leveled off space.
Gotten a chance to get to that.
At that leveled off space, the deers built a whole, they got a nice den in there.
And
So
I love the deers.
Girl, wow.
They're always in my backyard, them big old
Yeah,
bugs.
so it's nice to see them. But when you go outside and they looking at you, and you looking at them, and they up on top, and I'm down here. No, thank you, buddy. I'm going back in the house. So we ain't cooking back there. You're not put that right on the front porch.
That is funny.
Yeah, you won't be coming down here stealing my steak off the grill. No, you won't. Look, I will have to fight. I'll fight a deer about my steak. I don't think so.
Also, I want to give a big shout out. Right? Let me give this to you. I want to give a really big shout out. Did I just close myself out? Yes, I did. To Uncle O from Power 99.
Shout out to Uncle O.
Let me explain something to you, ladies and gentlemen. When you are in this industry and there's a lot, well, you guys call him Uncle O, I call him Tracy, and he's a beautiful, he's a beautiful baby. That's what we've always done. But he started his own podcast, so make sure you guys go and follow. You guys make sure you go and follow Uncle O from Power 99. Yes, so I'm going to try to dig in there and try to get Uncle O. Shout out to Uncle O. I'm going to try to get the beautiful baby here. Because Uncle O, he comes with a lot of knowledge, and he is just so funny. Like, it's just unreal. But he just started his own podcast.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yes, so it's called the Ozone Podcast. So you guys go look up on Facebook. It's Tracy, Uncle Zoe Jackson. Okay, so it's Tracy, the regular word Tracy. UNCECLEIZZO Jackson. So, but you can also look up his podcast, which is the Ozone Podcast. So I'll make sure that I share that so you guys can see what I'm talking about. But shout out to Uncle O.
Yeah,
because it takes a lot to do this. People think that these type of things are just so easy. It is not easy to do what you do. But everybody is making so many different moves, just like shout out to Moshe Loren. Moshe is my big sis. I love her to death. Let me see. But Moshe Loren is from Power 99, 103.9, 105.9, the Lunchbox. Moshe has been everywhere. Everybody knows. Well, she was Shopping Shay at one time. Now she's Moshe. And shout out to her and her husband. They just opened up a real estate. So they're doing big things. So shout out to Shay. It's really good to see, us brown people making big moves. I just appreciate everybody. So if you're looking to get a house or you're trying to be an owner of something, make sure you look up Moshe on Facebook, on Instagram, and it's Moshe Loren. Make sure you look up Shay, and she will, make sure she does what she has to do for you guys, and probably get your house. But right now it's a buyer's right now.
It's a buyer's market now.
It's a buyer's market. Everything is so high up, so it's a buyer's market, ladies and gentlemen. It's not. Sellers. Sorry, it's a seller's market. I didn't mean buyers. It's not for buyers. It's a selling market. So if you have stuff,
listen, right now,
get out there, and if you want to sell something.
Now is the time to be selling, but I really am not really sure how that really translates with the fact that inflation is so high right now.
Yeah, like some people, if your house is worth 60, 70,000, you can get about 1 to 2.
Yeah.
So be smart about what you're doing. But then again, be smart and think about what you're doing in life.
Right.
Because do you really want to sell? And then, you know, your house is paid off. Do you really want to sell? Think about it.
Yeah,
It's
right
something
now.
that you can have for the rest of your life. Like,
I'm a firm believer in ownership, and I'm a firm believer in not selling anything.
right.
Call me a miser or whatever you want to call me. I'm not selling nothing. As a matter of fact, shout out to everybody who keeps sending me these. I keep getting these text messages and things about buying my property. No, okay, forget it.
Forget it.
I'm not. You might as well just cross my addresses, all of them, off of your list. I'm not selling nothing.
Yeah, because I don't think when you have people, your elders that have worked for something for so long, and they passed it down, whether it's air property,
Yeah.
you know,
Heirloom properties or just
Listen.
whatever.
listen, they
if
work
it's
if
paid
they
for,
work their damn fingers to the bone. Why
listen,
give up?
I'm gonna tell you right now. If it's paid for and all you paying is taxes and maintenance, you better keep it.
Right.
Okay. Be
Because
smart.
you never know what
Look,
is going to happen in the near future.
At
You
the
might
end-
need that.
Look, at the end of the day, you might turn around and need it, but you always got an income revenue. Because listen, you better get a tenant. You
Right.
better rent out a room.
Right.
Okay. Inflation went high. They rent rooms for $650
Right.
for a room, for one single room. You pay-
Some of where we live, they rent around more than that.
Yeah, for a single room.
Shit, just for a house
Mhm.
in our area, you paying from 18 to 3
Right.
on in Burlington County.
Yeah.
Like it's a lot. So
And I'm gonna tell you right now.
shout out to the landlords.
Yeah, shout out to us. We appreciate
Shout out to the
Look,
landlords.
and we appreciate the tenants who pay their rent.
Right, on time.
On time and their utilities. Because listen here, I'm still waiting to get another notice about my water bill.
Yeah, because a lot of the rules have changed. Ladies and gentlemen, listen, understand, when you have a rental property, a lot of rules have changed. Like now, it used to be when you turn the water on into the tenant's name, they were responsible for this. Now they're adding the owner because the water company is not getting their money. So now they're adding the owner to that bill. So if you skip out, guess who's responsible?
Oh yeah, they will put a lien on your property.
Right.
They will put a lien.
They
on
will
your
put
property
they're
for not
putting
paying
lien.
water
They
bill.
started that for like the last 5-6 years.
Oh, yeah, well, like in Pennsylvania, it's different.
Mhm.
See, like in Pennsylvania, as a renter, your water bill comes every month, not every 3 months.
Right.
Like
Well,
that.
Mount Holly, like my mom and them's house, their house comes every month. Their sewage and water comes every month.
Well, yeah,
I
water-
think it's only Willingboro
Yeah, water
type
and
thing.
sewage, like water and sewage come together. But like if you own a house
Mhm.
in Pennsylvania, it's every 3 months.
Okay.
But if you are renting a house in Pennsylvania, they want their money every month.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
different
yeah.
because I know in Mount Holly, it doesn't. My mom and aunt, they own that house.
Yeah.
But they still, Mount Holly, you have to pay
Yeah,
your
because-
sewage and water
Yeah,
every month.
because of the water and sewage together.
Right,
You have
right,
to pay it
right.
every month. And it's funny that you find in certain places
Everything's separate.
everything is separate.
Yeah, because when I used to live in PA, that's how it was. Like
yeah, the
the
water was separate from the sewage.
yeah,
So you didn't have to pay
sewer,
the landlord.
everything. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like real different. And I'm
Yeah.
like, and then everybody says it's so much cheaper, but technically, yeah, the rent might be cheaper.
Yeah.
But once you add in all of those extra
The bills.
bills,
Yeah, there's nothing.
it still comes out the same.
It's the same. You're not getting no break.
Yeah, you're not
You
really
know.
unless you're a single person
Yeah.
and your electric bill is like $23.
Yeah, $27. Well, you know what? With inflation now, even the flat rate is going up. Like my electric bill for my house that I'm never in, I'm still paying like $36 a month.
What?
Yes.
I was just talking to you. Remember
Yeah.
General Green? I was just talking to General for Dawn's birthday. We went to eat, and General was like, "Shit, I like being by myself." She was like, and her daughter just moved to her own place,
Right.
so both of them was like, "Yeah, our water bill is only $26 a piece." Yes, I said I remember them days.
Right.
I remember, but Jenna, she unplugs everything in the house. Like if the microwave, everything. If I ain't got to use it, but I said that's how it is at my house. You know, I'm quick to. The only thing that I'll keep plugged up is the damn, of course, the refrigerators.
Right.
I said refrigerators. I think I'm like the only. It's not.
You're not.
I'm not.
You're
good.
not. You're not.
Cause I got.
You've been to my house.
Yeah. Besides you.
Yeah. Look.
But
Ain't no like.
We got 2 refrigerators and a big freezer. Like life is funny. Yeah. So it's like you just gotta be. But that's how life goes. Like you gotta understand. Like if you own something, somebody did not fight all their lives to get you this property and or get it passed down to you for you to lose. And it's a lot of people. You see a lot of people losing. And how do you get? How are you losing something that was given to you? You know what I mean? Like you're losing something that everybody, like your grandparents, your mom and dad, everybody has worked to pay this mortgage, to pay this house off. Something happens to them, and then you move in, and then within 6 months to a year, you mess around and you lose everything that they worked for. Like, ladies and gentlemen, let's get it together because I need a job, y'all. Hiring.
My bad, y'all.
Yeah, we all. Greg, here goes my brother. I need a job, y'all. Hiring. Good afternoon, Jet.
Good afternoon.
We're always right. It's security.
Yeah, we definitely use
security. Yeah, but you find a lot of people that's doing that, and that's ridiculous. Like, get your ish together. If somebody has left you a property, or even if it's heir property, because heir property means it belongs to everybody. The first generation, the mom, dad, grandkids, it's heir property. But whoever you get to move in that property, as far as family wise, how do you lose this? And then you find that a lot. Where people are losing the properties that their family has worked all their lives.
Let me tell you how this happens. Okay, because a lot of people inherit property,
right?
And they feel as though it's an inheritance, and they don't. The only thing with an inherited property, as long as there is no mortgage on the house, you're paying strictly just the tax.
Right. No, I'm just talking about a house that was paid for, and all you got to do is pay them taxes every happens? 3 months.
But I'm gonna tell you what happens. A lot of people who have houses that they own,
right?
What they do is they take from the equity.
Right.
They're getting another mortgage.
Right.
Based on the equity of their house, and then they can't pay the mortgage.
Right.
Like, listen, ladies and gentlemen, do not let nobody tell you that the equity in your house is something that you want to draw from.
Right.
If there's equity in your house, leave it there. Don't.
Right.
Get a job.
No. How about this? How about Google?
Yeah.
How about you just Google and learn how to do it yourself?
Right. And that's
because it's not hard to if you want new cabinets.
Yeah.
You got places that's given that you can. What is that place? The Uncle D and Gabe and
Rehab, the
Habitat of Humanity. Yeah, you can go there. Shit, they just had Uncle D just bought all these carpets for $10 that were original price was like $200 and something, and they were selling these rugs for $10. He carpeted his whole house. Shout out to Uncle D. He loves white.
Yeah, he loves white.
So. You can do things like everything is on Google, ladies and gentlemen. So the equity in your house, you don't have to take out of it to fix
anything. And let me tell you something. It is really, really easy, to rehab your home, to make it look nice.
Yeah, you just did it.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not the person to be calling somebody.
Right.
I don't got.
Me neither.
When you call, you can call around and get an estimate.
Right.
But when somebody come out and give you that estimate, you realize how much it's really gonna cost you. You're like, I can do it myself.
Right.
For like half the price.
Right.
Like it's really,
not even half.
Yeah, like less than half.
Yeah, 80% of it.
Not like you can get a lot of things. You just have to take the time, and that's what a lot of people don't want to do is take the time.
Right.
Because renovations they take time. You gotta have the time to do it, and you can't be.
Or you can call somebody like Gabriel Evans.
Yes, you can call
and
him.
He will come in there.
He definitely come in and do it. And like shout out to my dad because that's what he
does.
Your
dad. Yeah.
And like for me, I'm able to I'm able to, do a lot of things because my dad is.
I know y'all seen
Yeah, he's long, yeah.
Blue and the kids to
Yeah.
our Uncle Joe. We
Yeah,
haven't seen him.
we haven't
So
seen him all
that's
day.
for
Yeah.
our men.
Yeah, we don't want to think he's blowing.
Yeah. We gotta clear that up, y'all.
Right, because I don't need to get cursed out today.
Nah, not at
That's
all.
not what I need to do.
But
Yeah, it's not really that hard.
well, nowadays that's why I said they
got
got
a
Google for
They got a
everything.
YouTube video.
Yeah,
for
you
everything.
can Google
Let's
anything,
be
like
real
my
about
wall.
that. Yeah.
I have a problem. Like me personally,
Like, how did it come
laughing
out?
at me.
How did it come out? Did it come out good?
Yeah,
Okay, good.
yeah. But I have a problem, and the Jellolady laughs at me. Blaze laughs at me. The kids be like, "What the hell's going on in here now, Mom?"
Yeah, listen.
I can't
Look at the same thing.
look at the same thing for too much longer. Like now I'm about ready to pull the floors up and redo the floors. Yes,
Again?
again. And they only been down there for a year.
Yeah, like just a year. Literally. Like I think I just got to. I think either it's about to come up or I just passed it because I have.
Yeah, I did it right before 4th of July.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, of last year.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, so now I'm ready to redo the whole kitchen. I have a problem. I don't like I feel like every couple of months something should look new. That's just me. But I did, well, the Jellolady was on the phone with me. So I redid my walls. And I did the stripes and checkers and all these different shapes on my wall.
She just decided she wanted to take the chance.
I woke up on Sunday morning and just started taping my wall and painting. Because I just needed something new. Like sometimes it's good to wake up to something new. Like
I can honestly say doing it that way is a heck of a lot better than the way I do it. Because I go to the store and buy new stuff. She just goes to create something new on the wall.
Yeah, and give me some paint and I'm good.
Well, she's good. No, I ain't painting nothing. But I'm going to go to the store and buy something new. I might get a new rug, a new mat, new shower curtains. But I'm about to redo my bathroom again.
Ladies, it's good to do this stuff instead of taking out equity out of your house.
Yeah, don't do that.
Stop losing. You're losing. You have
losing.
grandparents. No bullshit.
No.
My family, we had this was when I was younger. My grandmother had passed away. My great grandmother, I'm gonna say. And she had a property. Well, family members stayed and lived in the house. The house is now torn down. Okay? Because people wanted to knock down stuff and make new walls that, when them houses was built, you're not supposed to do that because the beams and
well, first of all, let me tell you something. Let me put this out there for all those
but
who want
still
to
in all,
renovate.
even with the house being knocked down, it was still their property.
Yeah,
but no, they was the person wasn't paying attention. So we lost the whole property. Yeah. And I'm talking it's a little over an acre.
Yeah.
And that's sad. So when you have people, your grandparents, your great grandparents, like I have a grandma, Grandma Jill. Yeah. Well, Grandma Jill's mother, my grandma Chris, she owns land down south in Virginia, I want to say, or down somewhere down there. This property, we're gonna have to just ride down there. Mm-hmm. This property is so beautiful. It sits at the bottom of the hill. But everything else is up. So when you go, you gotta go into this. You're going all the way down. This is all of the property. But when you look up, it's everything over top of you. Houses and stuff and developments is around you. We still own that property, but you don't want to lose something that somebody like my grandma was 98 when she passed. So she has been through the slavery, all of that. She went through.
She worked her butt off to get that property.
Her and my grandfather, they worked their tails off.
Yeah, they did.
So for us to lose that, you'll be a fool.
Yeah,
you can go down there and build a whole house on the property
and still not even touch it. And
it's 3 point. I think last time my mom said it was 3.9.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
It's beautiful. It has a river and everything on it.
That's really
but I just don't play with snakes.
Well, listen.
Yeah, I don't. That's the only thing that got me.
Get you an elevator trailer. Put it on there.
Listen, elevator trailer don't stop them little things from coming up. Them little. I don't want to walk out. I don't care if it's a garden snake.
I don't do.
I don't want to walk out and you just chilling like you waiting for breakfast.
Like we outside. Just hanging out.
We're not outside together.
No, listen.
That's not what I want to do. But stop losing.
Yeah,
People, you are
yeah, that's what we
losing.
need to do as everybody collectively just stop taking a loss. And you're setting yourselves up to take losses
Right.
by pulling equity. And like in this market where we are right now, especially if you own something
Right.
and your credit is bad, no refinancing, no equity seeking. Don't do it.
Your credit is down to like a 220, a
Okay,
320.
listen, don't do it. And not only that, a lot of people have to understand when you're doing things like with your credit, your age plays a factor, and regardless of whether they want to admit it or not,
Right.
color of your skin plays a factor.
Right.
Where the
Hello,
age
Icon.
plays a factor. So you need to really be mindful because they sell you. Like that's the whole point of the bank. They're going to sell you on, oh, you get 0% APR for the next 36 months.
Right.
Okay, great. That's wonderful. For the next 36 months, I get 0% APR. But guess what they don't tell you? That after those 36 months, it jumps up to like 25, 27%
Right.
based on your credit score.
Right.
Like if you've got good credit, by all means,
Right.
feel free to refinance.
Yeah.
You're going to get a low
Or go be friends with somebody like Jed
Right.
or Uncle Footy.
Right.
Like go be friends with folks.
Right. You got to be friends with folks. But it's weird. Like it's huge. You have to really understand what you're getting into.
Right.
I personally know I ain't taking out nobody's line of credit doing nothing. Because at 27%, bruh, I don't got it. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, 27% is a lot.
It is.
It's a lot. And people don't, hey,
Hey, what's going on?
Nina, we waiting for you,
Yeah,
boo.
like I ain't heard from you.
But you got to look at reality. This is reality, ladies and gentlemen. And right now,
How you doing?
just to shout out, I seen on the news, Jellolady don't watch news. COVID, the numbers is getting high. ladies
Yeah,
and
they're
gentlemen.
going up.
And I need you guys
saw
to
that
stop
this
being so
morning.
comfortable.
I did. I actually caught some news this morning. I wasn't really paying attention, but I was. So yeah, the COVID numbers are going up.
Yes. And
So
rest
over the
in
last,
peace to
yeah, DJ K Slay.
DJK
Yeah,
Slay.
rest
Like
in
we
peace.
lost a really big
Yeah,
DJ.
yeah,
But he died of COVID. Like,
COVID.
ladies and gentlemen, just because they tell you not to wear a mask and tell you to go out here and you can live your all natural life, still be cautious of what you're being around and who you're around.
Like not only that, let's be real honest about this whole COVID situation, people. Okay, recycled air is not what we try and breathe. Okay, so when you get on these flights, yeah, they say you ain't gotta wear your mask on the bus or on the flight and all whatever. Listen, it's recycled air. So whatever somebody else is bringing out, they just sucking it up and pushing it back out like it's regular air. It's not.
Right.
Okay, so put a mask on.
Right.
If you going into a store, put a mask on, especially if the store don't have decent ventilation. You see what I'm saying? 'Cause like, and that was my biggest thing when COVID first started. Like, if I walk into the store and I feel like there's no air circulation, I'm out of here. Mask on or not, I'm leaving because I don't play them types of games. I need there to be fresh, ventilated, circulated air. Like I need to pull air from outside, circulated through the building.
Yeah.
Because if you recycling what's in here, bro, I'm breathing in everybody's COVID. Okay, I done got COVID, I got cooties and all that stuff.
Right.
I don't need none of that. Listen, I don't want none of that.
Yeah, but just be cautious out here. Like you guys gotta understand, like shit is real.
Says it's the kids from school giving it to other kids and they giving it to the parents.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Because you have that's the crazy part, Nina. Let me tell you. And I noticed that, and we said that a long time ago, because you have all of these teachers go on these vacations, they catch COVID, don't know they have COVID, go to school, teaching the kids catch it, now they're home, now they're sick, we get them tested, now they have COVID, and now who has COVID? Everybody in the house.
Yeah, everybody else got COVID.
And then you don't know who they was around. Now you
Right.
have, say you got 20 kids in a class, and out of 20, only 2 don't catch it.
Right. And you know
have
what?
17 kids.
Listen, I still, like, I don't understand this whole situation, and I still have never understood it. Like, kids are germ magnets. All little kids, I don't care how clean your kid is, I don't care how clean your house is, All kids are magnets for germs. They touch stuff, they touch each other, they eating dirt, they doing all this craziness. Okay?
Excuse me.
That's dirt eater. I'm talking about y'all. Okay? Listen.
Excuse me.
Doing
I
the
did
most.
eat dirt.
Kids be out here
Now
doing
Holly
the
got the
most.
best dirt. Go ahead.
I don't care who got the best dirt.
I was eating that. My mother probably good with my
But
grass.
that's what they be out there. They're out. That's what kids are. They're germ magnets.
Yeah.
If you want to get sick, go hang out.
But
with
you
some
have
kids.
adults that's germ magnets because it depending on what kind of job you work.
Right, depends.
You
on
know,
the job.
like
But kids don't have to go to a job.
No.
All they got to do is go outside. They can go outside, clean, fresh out the tub. Guess what they're gonna find?
they come
all
back
the germs. Not only are they coming back dirty, they outside. As soon as they walk outside, they're dirty. Because it seems like everything disease and disgusting and nasty, kids want to just find it.
Right.
Like it just finds them. Like, oh, let's what's this? Let's touch this on the ground. Let's touch that. And they want to touch everything to stick their fingers in their mouth. Okay, and they rub their
I
thing.
didn't put my fingers in my mouth.
Just the dirt.
Just the dirt. And I like puddles. I was a boy girl.
Virtual learning. Okay, again, look, shout out to all the parents who agree with virtual learning. Okay.
I liked it. I really did. I enjoyed it. Like I had fun with it because I knew my child was safe.
Yeah.
And it was kind of crazy because, you know, Samaj kept saying, Mom, I don't want to go back to school. Mom, I don't want to go back to school. And then soon as I said, no, you won't take your child to school, a week later, he was out of school for 14 days. He like, Mom, for real? Like, you going to keep sending me back?
So I keep getting sent home.
But thank God that, you know, he didn't catch anything. But
Right.
yeah, virtual learning is like right now the best thing for your kids at this point.
Okay, so let me just say something to those who don't have teenage kids at home and who living the struggle of virtual learning life at home with their little minor kids. Okay, I feel for y'all. Okay, I do, because I seen it. My little cousin, shout out to little Freddie. I love her, and I'm praying for her every day to be home with her kids, because that is not the wave. Okay, I stayed with her for like a week, and I can honestly tell you, I think she was more stressed out than the damn kids. Okay, because you trying to get.
Well, see, Nina can say that because she has a pretty good. She has good kids.
Yeah, it's right there.
You know, her babies is my little cousin.
Yeah,
so of course I'm gonna say they good.
Right, but
I don't know what they are behind me. She got
little.
little ones, but I don't know. I'm not home with them, so
Listen,
I don't know.
I'ma
Because
tell you-
all, like
look,
you said, when
I'm
they
gonna tell
feel
you,
like
look,
that,
I'm
it's
gonna
a
tell
lot.
you right now, trying to get your kid to sit down in front of the computer and pay attention in class when all they really trying to do is watch. They got.
I went with that
they trying to
with
play-
Cherish,
Yeah, but
and
no,
Cherish was Cherish. I think what it is that one
they get
when
confused about being home and being
hell
at school.
no, it's not that. The teachers, you see some of these teachers that ain't really teaching. I know for when I was doing virtual learning with Cherish, and hey Cher, because I know you're watching.
Yeah, you probably are.
When I did when we did virtual,
are old enough to pay attention.
yeah, but she didn't. The teachers are not catching their attention. You know, it's like, all right, they have gym. Then it's like jumping. You know, they're doing exercise. They have now the kids is doing good with that. Like the exercise, and yeah, they have gym where it's a time. It's like 20, 30 minutes. They have a gym on. So the teachers put on this music, and you know they do jumping jacks or do little whatever.
Yeah.
But at Cherish is what 6 now. She was home with me for a year. Sometimes they're getting lost, and I blame it on some of you teachers. There's teachers out here that are really, really great at what you do, and then there is some that are like mediocre, and then it's some that y'all are crap.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, I don't care
Yeah,
what
listen.
school you could have went to Howard. You're crap, okay? Because
If you,
these babies,
like, there's a difference.
they couldn't. You're not catching their attention. You got to keep them busy. Shout out to Leah Brown
Yeah.
because she is just my sister is just as hyper as the damn kid.
Right.
So with her being a teacher,
Yeah.
she's always had something
She's
going. Like,
always
come
been
on, y'all,
strong. Yeah,
let's
she's
go.
always-
Oh, you
yeah.
get Miss Cole, you getting sleepy? Come on. Let's do a song. 1 + 1 is 2. Like she kept their minds
Yeah.
going. Where if
Yeah.
you look on some of these online, Some of these teachers are freaking falling asleep.
Well, yeah, see, I don't know them ones.
Yeah, they have it.
Like I mean, I can imagine.
Nina said 9 and 12.
Yeah, so 9 and 12 is good ages because
But they still get bored.
I mean, but getting bored is one thing.
When you're just roaming,
not being able to sit down is another. But you gotta remember when you're dealing with smaller kids, like Cherish's age, they're being inside the classroom. It's more engaging. There's colored floor mats and there's stuff that you can run around and go do. When you have to literally sit there and go through these lessons and play these little online lesson games or whatever, if it only takes you 7 minutes to do the whole lesson, what you doing for the other 22 minutes of class?
What are you talking about, girl? They had breaks. They got snack breaks. They got nap time breaks. They still treat, and this is another thing that I did. Yes.
Okay, well,
there's all breaks. There's lunch breaks.
Shout out to the DC school system because that's not what they doing. They got a lunch break from like 11:30 to 12:30. Mm-hmm. They do a lunch break.
Right.
They get an hour, and they're in class from that. They don't.
There's got to be a break because I know even with the high school.
But they get out. They're like
they get out at like 1.
Yeah, like they do it.
Yeah, but there's still breaks because I know even with Maj when he was home. They still gave them from 7 in the morning to like 10. They're online, but in between that, they had like a 5-minute break.
Yeah, no,
you don't need you gotta break them kids because some of them turn their damn cameras off, and this is what I don't like about virtual either.
Yeah, that they can turn the cameras off
and still be in school.
Right.
How are you learning? Exactly. And how is this teacher saying you don't gotta show your face? Just make sure the work is done. No, honey.
No.
If they were personally in school,
you have to see their face.
You would have to see their face. But then turn around and if your kid got an A in science because they count the days that they didn't show their face, that's points off of their grade. So instead of getting an A plus, they might get a B.
Yeah, like a B or a C. Yeah, because it's basically attendance.
Right.
But not only that, when you're doing these virtual, like for my cousin's classes, like the way they did them, they had to be in class by 8:15. So from 8:15 to I believe it was 9:30, they did class, they did lessons.
Right.
Then from 9:30 to I believe it was 11:30, right before lunch started, they did they would switch up the class, but in between that block from 9:30 to 11, they had a 15-minute break.
Right.
But then after the break and they go to lunch, they come back come back, go to lunch, and after lunch. There's no break after lunch because they're done by 1.
Yeah, they're done by 1. I don't think that they need to break it. That's just my personal opinion because once you give them that 15,
it's hard to get them back.
It's hard to bring them back to school. Now they're moving around the house.
I think sit
your ass down.
I think the hour for lunch is too long. I think having an hour.
Yeah, because you're and you know what I don't agree with either with this online school. Why are we having Easter break? Why are we having Christmas break?
Let me tell you something.
Why are we having days off? Oh, it's Veterans Day. So they don't have to go to school Thursday. Why not? They're at home. There is no reason for your child or the teacher or the school district to have this day off. No, they just get out June 1st.
Shout out to Japanese school districts, okay? Let's shout out to them.
Never will they get out.
Listen.
They got school all year around.
They go to school all year round. But because they go to school all year round, their break, they just had spring break. They got, 10 days off?
Right.
For spring break? But then they're back in school.
Right.
And they don't break again. Ain't no break.
Right.
Ain't summer break where? Okay, summer break is like 7 days.
And then I'm sorry to some of you guys, some of you ladies and gentlemen, some of you guys didn't be against Muslims, Japanese, Chinese, whatever, Russians, all of these people, and
if I could have went to school all year round, I would have. Okay.
And you wonder why these kids are moving the way these certain families. Listen, colored people, we are just as smart.
Yes, we are.
Okay.
And we need to apply ourselves.
That's why I don't mind summer school.
No, listen. School all year round is a great thing.
Right.
Because I feel as though if you're doing 12 weeks in and you get 2 weeks off, I feel like I think that's fine.
But even if you go to college overseas,
yeah,
you only have that 10 days.
That's
Like,
it.
there's a total of 20 days in a year of college
Mhm.
when you go overseas. I was looking at it because we were
Yeah.
looking for the boarding school.
Right.
And I was looking at overseas and I'm like, damn, colleges overseas, they get a total of 20 days. They said some of them get a total of 25 days.
Yeah, that's it.
But that's broke
Yeah, it's broken up.
within seasons.
Yeah, it's
You know what I
within
mean?
season.
Where they get that week, then another week,
Yeah,
then they get another week, then they get another week. And that's it.
that's it.
Other than that,
You in
you're in
class.
college,
You in class. You gotta
which
apply
I
for
wouldn't
that.
mind because I'm paying my money.
Right. And not only that, I feel like if we grew up going to school all year round, a lot of us would have been better off for it. Because at the end of the day, taking those long breaks, like getting all that time, like I thought it was dumb. Like we start school September 3rd,
Right.
but then September 6th we out of school for Rosh Hashanah.
Right.
Down to 4 what? Like why are we? What was the point of coming back? I'll see y'all on the 10th.
Right.
Let me know when school is back
Right.
in session for real. Like that's dumb.
And then
to
right
me.
then, what, September, October,
Yeah.
you have certain days that
Yeah.
they take off. November, then you have
break.
Thanksgiving, they get off on that Tuesday or
Tuesday,
Wednesday.
yeah,
No,
before-
the Tuesday.
The Tuesday before Thanksgiving, and they go back that Monday.
That Monday. Now you got that
The
whole
week
weekend.
off, yeah, like
Then you have Christmas,
the-
where it's
the-
Christmas
the
break.
and that's
Then
like
they don't go
another
back
10 days
until after New
January
Year's.
the 3rd.
Then
Like so, you off from December 23rd ish to January the 3rd. What?
right.
And then you wonder why these kids are dumb. Because listen,
If you're not teaching them at home, they're not going to learn anything.
nothing. They're not going to learn nothing. But and that's another thing that I find that's really disheartening, I could say. You have, like, I get it, you have working parents.
Right.
But regardless of whether you have working parents or not, my parents were. But I still got I still got my homework checked. I
Right.
still got made to make sure my homework was done. Like, she came in the house and was like, okay, what was the homework? Where's the homework? Let me see the homework.
Yeah.
Let me check the homework. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have children, check their homework. Read that. If they get a syllabus for the week or for the month or whatever it is, and they got to read some books, go ahead and read the books so that you can find out what your kids is learning. At
Right.
the end of the day, you can't be running around here being a stupid and expecting your kid to be smart. That it don't work. Like, you have to lead by example in all things. So if you at home being dumb, not reading, and you want to tell your kid like, oh, you need to read this book, the kid looking at you like, why?
I don't see you
Look,
reading.
you ain't read a book in 20 years. What's up? Like,
That's when you try to make your child better than you.
absolutely. Please, everybody, make your kids better than you.
Yeah, because that
Like,
works.
do not. And please, I mean, listen, I'm all for getting assistance if you need to get assistance. If you gotta get some kind of financial assistance, housing assistance, whatever. But that, ladies and gentlemen, should not be the goal in life.
What?
To be on assistance. That should not be your goal. Like, you should not be training your children to like, oh yeah, when you turn 18, go get assistance. Somebody will pay for you.
I don't like her.
Nobody is doing that, ladies
I'm
and
gonna
gentlemen.
tag my people because I don't
Okay.
like her. Right
Okay,
now.
listen, I don't care how much you like me or don't like me. I'm just going to tell you right
I'm
now.
just gonna tell you.
Please,
I
ladies
like
and gentlemen, teach your children to get jobs, go to school and get education, books before boys because boys bring babies. All of those things need to be taught to children, little boys and little girls. Okay, because some of y'all need to just be explaining these things. Because unless y'all want to be young grandmothers and grandfathers, okay, running around here talking about I gotta take care of my grandbaby. Huh? Listen, you old enough to get down here, ladies.
You all do see where I'm at, right?
And be copping up.
Tell a friend to tell a friend. Make sure
Tell
you
a friend
share.
to tell a friend to share the show and
Because
tell
I
them
am
not to
definitely.
be. No, don't be a bum. Don't raise your kids to be out here being bums. Get jobs, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't want to get a job, create a job.
Yes, Mina, I'm with you. She said,
Back-
OMG. OMG.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Okay, because
We need to go back to virtual learning. No, giving it to kids and giving it to their parents. Yes.
I'm just gonna say, parents.
Oh, Nina talking about amen.
Yes.
No, Nina,
Yes.
she is
Yes.
not. That's because what?
Yes.
We need
Okay.
we need you up here because
Yeah, when you
y'all,
coming?
you too.
Yeah, when you coming?
I know I can speak my mind, but I mean, listen. I look at it this way. If you're not friendly with reading books, like I'm not a book reader, but I'm an internet junkie, but then again, I'm an internet junkie, but I be in the business. I don't know how it just comes to me, right? You all
Yeah,
know,
we already
Nina,
know.
you know, it just comes to us.
The teachers-
I don't even know. I didn't even know that you was the baby mom of this person and that person, and you did. But you sit down with the right person,
You gonna
your
find it
business
out.
just gets spoken
Yeah, you
out.
gonna
So
find
why
out.
why I gotta look at the only thing that I gotta hear about gossip is news. Other than that, the shit just comes. I know it's a lot of stuff that we can all speak about.
Mhm.
So reading the book, I've always pressed my kids. I was never, and you know, it's kind of funny that we're speaking about this because I was just talking to my cousin Ryan, and I was like, damn, you know, they are book readers. Like he's a book reader.
I
My
love
son is a book reader. Marty will pick up a book,
books.
and I'm like, Ryan, he got that, and we're blood cousins. That's my dad's mom. I mean, my dad's sister's son. And I'm like, y'all are book readers.
Right.
Me, you got to force me to sit down and read Peter Pan. I want to see the movie. Fuck you, read the book.
Let me tell you something.
But my kids are book readers. So that didn't come from a generation of me. And I didn't, not that I didn't force them to do it,
Yeah.
but I've always been like, nah, let's sit down. Because I always looked at like I was, you wasn't here, but you were here, but you wasn't here.
Right.
I was speaking about slavery
Mhm.
and how Nyla, my goddaughter, thought slavery was a fairy tale.
I mean, that's true.
You know, she thought it was a fairy tale because they're not teaching they're not teaching it like that.
'Cause, you know,
So
before
she
when we
thought
were
it
in
was
school-
just like
Yeah,
they were showing us the movie.
Yeah, like in school, like listen, we how many times did we watch Roots? Okay, Roots is the longest movie of my life.
Nina
Okay.
said yes, people just tell the tea.
Yes, they
Yes,
always come see, but
but-
listen, it's a lot of things that
But she thought now she done
Yeah.
seen those movies, but she
thought
thought
it was-
they were
it was fantasy,
movies.
like it was just fantasy, like it
Until
wasn't
we
real.
and Leah and I had to like sit down and tell
Right.
her like,
And-
nah, this is real.
Right,
And
that's
we
the-
showed her different things,
Right.
but they're not teaching.
No, they're not.
There's no
And I'm gonna-
teaching.
But you know why they're not teaching?
But it's not important.
No, it's not that it's not important.
It's not.
It's the reason they don't teach it is because they want us to forget it. That's the thing. Like it's
Not important.
It's very important. It's important to be hidden because they don't want.
It's
people to
important.
see
It's
where they
important for
come from.
our color, but it's not important for the school district to show it. That's why we only get 28 days. Let's
Right.
not get started on that.
Yeah, let's not spill that tea.
Right.
Because we could go on for hours
Right.
about that. Bull.
But they're not teaching it. So
No.
for me, I had to like
But you-
instead of having my kids say, "Oh, you know, when Hannah was little, Maggie was little, Nye, Asia, all of them, they all little," and I'm like, Aja, they're looking at things, and you know, myself and Nene, we had to sit down and be like, you know what, we got to bring you reality.
Right.
And now we started showing them like real shit, like real movies of slavery and this and that. And it was like, oh, this really happened. Like, what's his name? Traveled the world, the map, and the pink man. That they teach you about.
Which one? Oh, John Jacob Martin. Who are we talking about here?
The man that traveled the world, 7 seas. He found the world.
Christopher Columbus?
That is freaking nonsense.
It's a lie.
It's a
You
lie.
can't find something where people already live. That's dumb. Like
The
that's-
Pilgrims was here. The
Yeah.
people were here.
There was people-
Africa was here.
Like there was people here.
So how did you find the world
Like,
in a boat?
Oh, you found out the world was round in the boat? Yup,
People
you're right.
believe. So stop letting your children believe that. So when it comes to education, my whole thing was showing my kids that you can read a book. A book can tell you something, but a book can't tell you everything.
It
So
cannot.
let me explain to you and show you where the world came from. Like, nah, you ain't gonna tell me Christopher Columbus traveled the world and found out. Like, get the hell out of here. So no, I wasn't a fan of all the book reading because book reading sometimes can confuse the people.
See,
Good afternoon, and Councilwoman Sheila Davis.
Good afternoon,
Hi, we
Ms.
love you.
Davis.
Today is Tuesday, so
it
she's
is.
a little crazy.
It
Today
is.
is her
It's that
crazy
bad.
day.
But I mean, as far as book reading goes, I'm an avid fan of reading books. I'm not saying
I like novels. I like poetry.
I'm
But
a,
history, I'm not reading a book on history. I'm sorry. I'm just not. Because I feel as though that there's enough history out here for me to teach my kids without y'all telling my kids the nonsense of Christopher Columbus found a black man. Beat it, okay? And Christopher Columbus did not find the first brown person.
No, absolutely not.
He didn't find Africa.
No,
He didn't find.
He didn't find anything.
He didn't find Puerto Rico.
No, he didn't find nothing.
You didn't even find Camden.
No.
Like,
No.
you didn't find Broward County.
No, you didn't find anything.
You didn't find New Jersey.
Look,
you know what I mean?
Look, you rolled up on Texas somewhere talking about you found something. Bruh.
Meanwhile, he had us all black, brown people on the boat beating the hell out of them. And how you think that boat was traveling? It was some brown people at the bottom and row your boat.
Yeah,
The book ain't going to tell you who was rowing the boat.
Right.
The book going to tell you Christopher Columbus discovered America. Listen, there's a lot of words that I can put in that and say.
Look, he got lost.
Cuss words.
Look, that's what happened. Christopher Columbus got lost and he washed up on an island where there was already people. But before he found the people, he found the land. So he claimed that he could.
Yeah, but guess what? You had people on your boat. So they wasn't the first people you found. That wasn't the first place you found. So you knew it was human somewhere. You're not the only human. So blah, 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 blah. That's why certain books, certain things, I don't want my kids to read.
So I have a book list, and I'm probably going to throw it in the chat later.
Okay.
But I have a Marcus Garvey book list.
Right.
And I've gone through most of the books, but I plan to read every book on this list.
Right.
Because these are all books that teach about things that we will never find out for our own people.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm an avid reader of books on all things, books. But I'm not really, like, history books, we're not reading those.
Right.
Because there's nothing in his story that pertains to me. So I'm not reading his story books. I'm not doing that. But I definitely am an autobiography reader. I love fiction novels. I love all books in general. Words are powerful and words are amazing. So I like to read words.
Right.
That come together and make a lot of sense. In fact, for me, I'm very choosy about the books that I read, especially on topics like religion. Like, I'm very picky about the books that I read. I'm a Bible reader, but I have to pick the Bible that I'm reading. Like, I have a woman's devotional Bible that I read.
Yeah, I have one.
And I have, I got, the Bible app on my phone, and I have certain texts that I read. But the King James International Version, or whatever the heck it's called, not really big on it. And I'm kind of on the fence when it comes to that in the first place, because my thing is this. Back when you talking about in this Bible, y'all didn't have paper nor pen. And how am I supposed to believe what you said is in the Bible is really what was said? Because you wasn't there.
It's on the rock.
What rock? On the rough side of the mountain? Yeah, we going up.
Just like when you look at history, pay attention. Listen.
Who wrote it?
Right.
That's what I want to know.
I think the writing situation, I don't know. I don't like that it's written, like you said. But if you go to, like, I was just looking at something, and I think I told you this. Matter of fact, I did tell you because I called your tail.
Yeah.
I called your tail.
Yeah.
About the they kept saying that the first people, you know how you have Nefertiti and all these people, and they tried to say that Nefertiti and all this was not a black African American woman. Okay, so check this. Remember, I told you can look it up too. Yeah. The first child found in Egypt, they just found this like 4 or 5 years ago, a black African American little boy. And it was a grave all by itself. It's not too far where everything, where the statues, King Tut, all that. He's right there. Right there. They dug up this body and found a young man. Now he's a kid. They couldn't figure out how did an African American boy end up here. Now, jump forward. China. If you go on to Google, you go on and you go on to YouTube, you'll find this, ladies and gentlemen. Listen to this. China, Japanese people, Buddhists, and all of that. The first Buddha was not Chinese. That's why Japanese, Chinese, what is it? What else are they?
They're Vietnamese.
Vietnamese. All of them people were brown people. They were African American people, and they have pictures. This man, he's a pink guy, and he was digging into the history, and he tells you about it. So he's digging into the history and finds that they do not like showing the pictures of their elderly people because they are African American people.
Okay, so we already
like you see them, and then you see where they have color, like in slavery, where they used to make us look like clowns. They colored where their faces look, but then you see little brown kids with thick hair, and like African American kids, and he's like, look at this. The man has an arrow, and he's looking, and this is in the 1940s. 1915s, like he 18 something.
First of all,
16 something.
The very first human being was found in Africa.
Mm-hmm.
The first continent was like Africa.
Right.
Like, so it doesn't matter what nobody say. At the end of the day, we've always.
But they said that they deny it. They deny that's the problem that they have.
They're always going to deny it.
Yeah, so they don't show like Vietnamese, Chinese, Japanese. They don't show the history because they're ashamed.
Yeah,
so then that's where they come up with that.
Yes.
It's good. It is a good thing, but they're not doing it as a good thing.
Exfoliation.
Where they scrub the dead skin off of you. Yeah. Now it's good for you, but the shit hurts.
Yes.
Because that lady tried to scrub my arm right here because I'm like, oh, dead skin.
Yeah.
They scrub your skin like it's
They're trying to get the
like
melanin
like
out.
they scrubbing the like
They're trying to get the melanin.
pan.
They're trying to get the melanin out.
She took a brush and was like, I said, whoa, wait, pause. This ain't what we going to do. Either you gonna give me my $75 back,
right?
Or I'll walk and let you have the $75. I'll call somebody else. No, I'm gonna just go out here and tell these people, hey, somebody want this? Come on in. I don't care. If it's no refund, I'll grab somebody to get done what I'm doing. Maybe that's a blessing to them. Yeah. But that's why he was saying like they used to scrub the skin to take the melanin off of their to try to make them lighter than what they were. So once they started having, once they found the lightest person they could possibly make, right? I mean, the lightest person that they could possibly find. That's how the skin broke. Because then it was sleep with this woman and you get this. Sleep with this woman, then you get this. But some of the browner ones get no respect when you go into these different countries.
Right.
If you're too dark, they look at you funny.
Right.
They want straight, high yellow,
right,
light skin, pretty hair. If your hair is too thick, you don't fit.
But you know what's funny? And this is the thing that I find the most, like, it's baffling to me. Like, if you go to Africa, a lot of places in Africa, you'll find light-skinned people. They still black.
Because they bleaching themselves.
But not only are they bleaching there, but when they migrated from Africa to other countries, and you're in other places where they don't get as much sun.
Slave owners, people, they started dropping us off.
Yeah, but not only that, you find in history that you'll see where a lot, like the Vikings and a lot of those Icelandic people, they were
Puerto Ricans, Dominicans.
Not even them, but if you go to the colder climates and you find where there's not a lot of sun most of the year, you'll find a lot of them were still African American. They're still African, but their skin complexion was changing because they're not receiving the melanin.
But then not just that, it came from the pink people raping them, and then you got, because if you was high yellow, anything connected with our moms, your mom, my mom, TT, Lucy, we would have been outside.
Oh yeah, I'm outside.
I'm outside with this.
Okay.
I ain't staying. I ain't gonna be in the house. I'm not gonna be a house person.
I'm outside.
I'm outside. I'm outside picking and doing whatever they want me to do. But they don't even this man when I tell you this man was telling the history,
Yeah.
like, and he was like the first Buddha in like the 1500s
Yeah.
was a big chocolate
Yeah.
African American man sitting there with a bald head, and he was only bald headed because he lost his hair.
Mm-hmm.
And you see him, Buddha.
Right.
And then they just started trading it off. Right.
Because they don't want to. They don't want to tell the truth.
They don't want to tell the truth.
And you know what the crazy thing about it is, and I'm really just beyond just disgusted by the whole fact. Like, you just have to accept it. At the end of the day, no matter what color you are, you came from us. Okay. The world was started with a black woman.
Right.
Okay. If there's no way she could have been white in Africa. All that
Right.
sun, honey, baby, you got some melanin in there to keep you protected.
But you know what else I think is really funny when you talk about colors and stuff like that? I find it real funny when you look into history. Like, and I don't want anybody to take this, it's the Midday Madhouse.
Yeah.
It's Cha-Cha and the Jellolady.
Yeah, we're gonna cover it.
We're going to cover it. We're going to speak the truth. And I'm sorry if you feel some type of way about what I'm saying. But I think because the planet started off of African Americans, and you guys and people and the pink people started dropping us off, and you already found us, pilgrims, all that. You're just fancy talking people.
Yeah.
Like Spanish people,
Yeah.
They still look at African Americans, Dominican,
Yeah.
Puerto Ricans, you're African Americans.
Yeah, everybody's black.
It's just a fancy language. You speak Spanish,
You colored.
you're colored.
Look,
Because
you're colored.
my grandfather is Puerto Rican.
Colored.
God bless his soul. I miss him so much. He spoke Spanish. He did a lot of things in life. But he was dark. My grandfather was chocolate and fine.
And guess what?
And spoke both languages.
Right.
But guess what? When we got family that is dark, you go to
Yeah.
Puerto Rico,
Yeah, they dark.
you have very, 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 very dark African American dark.
Right.
You're an African American. That's why I never understood why
There's such a
Spanish
conflict.
people would say, "Oh, I'm Puerto Rican
Yeah.
or I'm Dominican."
Yeah.
Listen, you're still an African American because when it comes
Puerto
down to
Rican,
slavery,
Dominican, Cuban.
listen,
Brazilian,
Japanese,
all
all
that.
y'all was slaves too.
No, we all colored people.
Yes, and that's where you get KKK. Like, we're really getting into some history here. KKK, you're against us, right? So you're against our color. You feel as though that you have to be pure,
But you're not.
but there's nothing pure about you.
No.
Because at the end of the day, it took a melanin to make a little bit. How you think when you go out there on the beach and you try to be this? How you think you end up this?
Yeah, you need the melanin to get there.
You got a little bit of melanin in you.
And-
So there is no such thing as a pure breed, and you guys are really mad now.
Well, technically there is. Everybody is purely a brown person.
Yeah,
That's how it works.
Yeah.
And you know what? I feel like, the best thing for this country and for the world in general is that if everybody who is in that 1% or 7%
Right.
of people who want to have to be purely one thing, I need y'all all to go and get a 23andMe kit. Everybody go get one.
Yeah, because if you get one, you're darn sure will find out who you are and what you're mixed with.
Right, you'll find out who you really are.
And you got that melanin in you, regardless if you're KKK.
or not.
If you like us or you don't like us, you
You
still
don't
got
get
us
it.
in you. There's no such thing. I don't
Right.
care if you sleep with your brother's cousin's sister.
Right.
All y'all still out there getting a tan, and you end up coloring. It goes back to what's her name? What's the
Girl.
the girl? I was about to call her something else, but what is she?
Uh,
What's her name? I can't. We did a show on her.
Big.
Marti, look at her
Look at her.
and her man,
Yes, they out here getting melanin injections.
and she look a hot mess.
A hot mess.
She don't even look like no African American that was born.
Not that
Indians,
nobody.
you guys, listen. Everybody was born from melanin.
Right.
Everybody was born from, and the first person that was technically found is just like the Jellolady said, from Africa. Now, what is that movie? I can't remember the movie, but it was something where it came to an end. The world came to an end. And they had these big floats.
2012.
And where did they end up saying that everything was going to end and you could survive? Africa. Everything else went underwater. And they show you that.
Yeah.
The only place that didn't go underwater was Africa.
Right.
So where do you want to go?
Um,
Why do you want to be KKK? Why do you want to be Japanese and all of this stuff?
But
And you guys don't want to give the credit
Where
to?
the credit is due, like, yeah.
Come on.
But you know
Come
what?
on.
I find something that is, I was thinking about this the other day, and I kind of thought it was really funny to even think about it. If you ever noticed, like, if you looked at anything Africa right now, like Johannesburg, a lot of those people that are there,
Right.
they don't look like us.
At all.
None of them. In fact, one of my favorite actors, Charlize Theron.
Connie said, that's right, Africa.
Right. She's South African.
Right.
Blonde, blue-eyed South African.
Because you got to look, people. If you go into, like I said, you can go to Google, you can go YouTube. Blonde hair, blue eyes is an African American trait. It's an African American trait. If we don't dye our hair and we sit out, you go somewhere where it's hot as hell, because I've been all over. When I went to the Bahamas, shout out to my godfather, Uncle Gray. When he took all myself, Gregory, Lexus, when we went to Bahamas, we were young then. We came back blonde.
Yeah,
The only thing we was missing was blue eyes.
Look, I'm blonde every summer.
But African Americans came with blonde hair, blue eyes. If you look at your history, blonde hair, blue eyes is us.
Yeah.
That's us. That don't come from sleeping around with somebody.
No.
That is our trait. They still have, in Africa, they still have I can't get the word out, but what do you call it when it's still reservations for, not reservations for a hotel. I'm just clearing that up. I know you know where I'm coming from. But they still, for Indians and the tribes, they still have tribes. Like they tell you, don't fly over because they will kill you.
Right.
Or don't try to come over across a boat. They will kill you. There was a pink person that was killed by a tribe in Africa because you're not supposed to come over. They don't allow they don't have electric. They still work. They don't know nothing about cell phones. Nope. They don't know nothing about none of that. But they will kill your tail.
Yes, they will.
But in this one tribe in Africa, I can't remember because there's so many different tribes I'll be looking at. It's a million of them.
Well,
but they have this.
How many countries in Africa? Is it 200?
Yeah.
Like a little over 200 countries
right.
in Africa, and each country has its own
tribes.
And tribes.
Yes.
Like,
but this tribe is blonde hair kids.
Yeah. They're blonde hair with blue eyes.
Beautiful children.
Beautiful. Yes, they are.
And guess what? They're only bred by their inside. They're a tribe.
Yeah, they're a tribe.
So ain't no pink person coming in that tribe. That is their family tree. They're bred that way, and they're beautiful
and not
people.
Only that, I really don't think it's even that they're bred that way. I think it's because it's where they live.
Not just that, but I'm saying like they're bred that way where African American. Wasn't no mixed breed coming. You can't be a mixed breed.
I honestly believe that the sun, because of where they are located.
Yeah, because if you go to a country,
girl,
depending on where you go, it will change your complexion because of the sun.
Yeah. The closer you are to the equator,
it gives you the most. For us,
yeah, we get a beautiful tan. I look so pretty.
So join us, ladies and gentlemen. Join us. Travel, but they have these different tribes that you got to understand. All that KKK and the white man and this and that and this and that. Listen, About that.
Okay.
Pink.
Right. Listen, you just gonna have to get in line.
You got to get in line because there's going to be a lot of hate.
Right.
But this color isn't going anywhere.
No, it's not.
This color is bred in this. And like you said, it is the melanin.
Yeah.
And it depends on, like you
Where
said,
you
the
at?
sun.
Yeah.
It does. It does.
Because I'm not gonna lie to you.
Because when I go to Miami, I don't get the same tan that I would get from the Bahamas.
Uh-uh.
You know what I
You
mean?
closer. You getting
But
closer.
yeah,
The further down you go,
right.
the
If I
closer
go to Texas,
yeah.
I'm not getting the same
thing.
complexion I would get from Florida
No.
and the Bahamas. I'm just not. You're just not getting that. You go to Hawaii, that's a whole nother
Yeah,
sun.
that's a whole different type of sun. I know this like
You go to Africa,
I came back.
that's a whole nother sun.
That was great.
Yeah, like it's a different
Yeah,
sun.
different.
But guess what? It's still melanin. Like people,
I'm gonna tell you right now.
you gotta weigh your
My
options
melanin
and
is
understand.
important. Okay, it feeds my spirit.
That's why we can't get lice. Okay? There's no such thing as brown people, African Americans getting lice. We only catch lice from the green people
Okay.
because we're too greasy.
Yeah,
They don't like.
No,
They don't.
We are way too.
We're too greasy. They don't like that.
The,
Them bugs don't. Lice don't like us. But because pink people only they get lice because they're dry or they're not. They gotta wash their hair every other day.
Yeah.
They gotta do that because otherwise their hair gets greasy and nappy.
Yeah.
Why? Because they don't have a lot of melanin in them.
Yeah.
So when you mess with this, you get melanin and you don't get lice.
Right.
You don't get these type of things. Like you gotta understand, and we're not talking about anything racist. Understand, this is not about nothing that has to do with races. We're talking facts.
Yeah, the melanin in your skin is important.
It's very
And I'm
important.
going to tell everybody who does not know this, the vitamin D that you get from the sun feeds your melanin, and it makes you feel good.
Yeah, why you
Get
think why you
outside.
think brown people we have problems when we go to the doctor? First of all, brown people we don't like to be outside in the heat. Okay, but it's good for us. But we like what's good for us is air conditioning. It works. I want to be in the cool. Now, I'll come out around. It gets dark around 8. I'll come outside when the sun can start going down around 6:30, 7 o'clock. If it's not too humid, if I have to make moves, then we have to make like doing the midday madhouse. We got to make that move in the morning. Summer is coming. Cool. But we're in a building. We're connected.
And my AC working my dog.
But if you go to the doctors, they'll tell you your vitamin D is down. Most African Americans' vitamin D is down because we
Yeah, I get
don't
outside.
play that. I don't want to sweat because guess what? You're messing up.
And I'm gonna tell you right now, I love the sun. I don't mind the heat because I need the sun. Because my energy, my mood is wrong if I'm not getting enough sunlight.
You know, my energy is wrong because I'm too damn hot.
No, I mean seriously, like
No, I'm serious too. You know, if I get hot, I'm aggravated.
If you get hot, you aggravated. And depending on the type of heat, like I can do dry heat all day long. I could be outside.
Yeah, because
and
it's dry, and then you
dry.
get that little bit of breeze,
That
like
breeze,
that
and
breeze.
you can feel the still feel
Wow,
the blood.
I go
But
crazy.
listen, that humidity, that moisture,
Where I feel like you know what, like Alabama,
yeah, I can't.
Bahamas,
do that.
Jamaica. Like I remember going to the Bahamas and stuff like that, where you can literally be on one island and the island just a boogie board away. Over
raining.
there, it's raining.
Right,
So it's raining over there, but you're getting all that humidity.
right.
Alabama, I love you guys, but it's freaking hot as hell.
Yeah.
Like it's hot to the point where I went and seen Annie and G, and I have a couple of sisters and stuff out there, and I could barely breathe.
Yeah.
Okay, and at the time I was smoking. Yeah, I was getting it in.
Right.
The Jellolady was my best friend.
Right. Yeah.
I couldn't wake up without Wake and Bake.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So
Wake and Bake. Shout out to DJ Park.
Yeah, shout out to Park. Yeah.
So Wake and Bake was my best friend. I could not. I thought I stopped smoking in Alabama. I called it quits.
Yeah, it's hot.
because it was like first thing in the morning. Shout out to my family out in Alabama because they have a restaurant. So we're at the restaurant, and Angie and I come out the house, and I was like, it was like I was breathing my own air, and it was ignorant. And this is right after the time that the tragedy happened out there, where so many people had lost their lives, and it was also a sad situation for me because you was able to ride around and see where people still had flags on their house, and they had blue circles and X lines to let you know somebody was there. But it was so freaking hot. I done been to Texas and I never seen a ball. What's that? Hay? That little ball. Oh my God. The first time, now I done been to Texas, I done been in places. That was the first, Alabama was the first place I seen that at.
Okay, so the first time I seen a tumbleweed was in Arizona. That's the first time I seen it. Very first time.
I didn't even see it in Arizona. I was in Arizona.
Look, I went to Arizona.
For a whole week.
Look, I went to Arizona back in the 90s. Girl.
No.
And yeah, as soon as I got off the plane.
That tumble stuff. I said, what is that, Annie? She like, that's tumbleweed. Yeah. Well, what the hell is tumbleweed? And love bugs.
Oh yeah, the love bugs. I don't do that.
Oh, I was so. If y'all know me, y'all know Cha-Cha. This one do. I don't do certain things. Like, I don't do that. These things, we stopped at a red light, and my Aunt Angie is like, the windows is up because it's hot as hell outside. It's like 7 o'clock in the morning. It's like 80 degrees. Can barely breathe. These things make the whole car dark.
Yes, so the whole car.
Like it was nighttime.
Yeah.
I'm in the car like I thought I was about to die. I thought it felt like a scary movie to me. And then she said, calm down. She puts her windshield wipers on. Boom. It's letting them go. I got chill. I got chill just talking about it.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, we pull off and they fly away. She's talking about they love bugs. Love bugs. They ain't love me making this car dark. But I never paid attention to nothing like that. Like I see it on TV. But I'm just saying,
It does.
It works. But I don't like hot places.
No.
Like I want to visit Africa so bad.
Yeah.
But I heard you got to get so many. And see, I don't go off a hearing, but I never looked it up. Listen, but I heard you got to get needles to go there.
I believe it's
and needles to come back.
I believe 23 shots.
Now, see, you ain't shooting me with 23 shots, and I want to see the motherland, but I don't want to see them. You're gonna shoot me.
I'm willing to go as long as I ain't got to get a COVID shot. You can give me the malaria, all them other shots. I'll take all them other shots. I ain't taking no COVID. I ain't got that to do. No. Sister just went for her COVID. They say, oh, she don't want to die. I'm cool. I was like, I don't know. But she was like, I can't. Talk to her on the phone. She was like, I feel like I'm dead.
Well, no, it didn't do that to me.
Well, listen. I told her, I think her problem was they didn't have the same brand. She had to get a booster.
No, they tell you to get a different brand. Don't get the same brand for that COVID shot.
Yeah, well, listen.
Because
she got her first.
I forgot.
No, she got her first. You got Jocelyn.
No, I'm talking about the second one.
Oh, yeah, listen.
The second
she got her, I think she started with.
Yeah, they tell you whatever you start with, do not get that second booster. The same thing. They choose you to have another one. But I don't care about the COVID. I'm vaccinated. I don't care about that. I just don't want to be hot. And then in Africa, I just don't want to be like that. And then in Africa, what I don't like, I think because of I think this is where it comes into our ignorance. And I'm okay to say, yeah, I have ignorance in me. I think we all come with it. In certain places of Africa, they still believe in slavery. No. Absolutely not. They're going to ban me from Africa. Okay? Because if I go in somewhere and they're telling me this African American, this real woman is mastering me, oh, hell no. You, come on, boo. Come on, let's go outside with the giraffes and have fun. Like I don't want that. Like I don't care if we go to a restaurant, it's a 9 to 5, and that's what you do. But for you to tell me that there is still people in the mines, African Americans, slavery, and in mines, and you're still doing playing this game with us, and in the 2022s, they don't want to see me in Africa. Nowhere in
First of
Africa.
all, let's be real honest about the whole conversation when it comes to Africa. We are not really welcome.
We are not free. But we are welcome because Aunt Loretta, listen, Aunt Loretta, Aunt Loretta used to travel there all the time to for her nursing. And she said they are very, very welcoming. Like they love you. She done been to like 20 something different tribes. She said they love you to death. It's just they do not accept
That's not culture.
the bullshit that comes with us.
You know?
Like of obeying your man. See that? See? Y'all see that, right? They believe in obey. Like you obey your man.
Love, honor, obey those things.
Right,
Yeah.
those things come, and that's where they think that you dumbass Americans. That's why y'all can't keep a man. That's why so much cheating going on because they're free. Like okay, they are okay with saying, okay, my man might be with this, and this one, but they're open, and everybody is living as a unit, like a Muslim man. Some don't believe in it, but they look at it like this is a culture. You love on your family. The family gets bigger. You take care of your man, and if you're not taking care of your man, then of course he's gonna go hunting. But then, like other ways of us being free and speaking our mind, you're not supposed to talk back to your man when whatever he says is what he says. It's just like being Muslim. Did you know? Like I used to study.
Okay, I knew that.
You knew that.
Yeah, I knew that, but
But when I started looking into it, and I don't want anybody to take this in the wrong way. Like this is just my own personal opinion. This is just me. This is Charlie. I'm just being honest. I felt as though that it was a man's made culture, and it's and I'm saying that because I don't feel as though this is why I think a lot of religions, like when it comes down to Muslims, when it comes down to African American, like when it comes down to certain things besides America, they look at us like we have too many rights. And I say that because you're supposed to walk behind your man. You're not equal with your man. You know that, right? That's what they said. So you're not equal with your man. So as a Muslim woman, as a culture, you're supposed to walk at least 5 to 10 feet behind your man. Yes. If he tell you know how you see the Muslim women in their guard all the way across, and all you see is their eyes. That's because that's their husband. Their husband said.
Well, I know it's in their culture. It's their own husband.
Yeah, but you don't walk in front of your man. You walk behind your man. They can palm you. Palm.
Where?
They can palm you like on your hand, on your back. Like palm you. Like you don't listen. Palm you. Like, but it's not supposed to be something like they're beating on you. It's not supposed to be nothing abusive, but it's like palm me. And I have a husband. Palm me if you want. You're gonna get palmed back.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
But that's where they say the African American, when it comes down to American women and American culture, it gives American cultures too many rights. And that's how our grandparents and things like that was able to survive, which when you look into history, is true. Because when you look into history, grandma didn't do all that. Grandma took care of home. Our grandparents, the man worked, the woman stayed home, took care of the children, obeyed her man, paid all the bills. He came home, he handed the check, he kept a little bit for his pocket, but the woman paid all the bills. My phone just went dead. The man paid all of the bills, but our duty was to take care of the home.
Yeah.
But when the woman, no matter what color you was, when a woman started understanding that I can build a house too, I can be a president too, I can be a judge, I can do everything that a man can do, except for peace stand. But we can.
We can now.
We can because it's called squat. We standing up, but we ain't stand. But they got the cups
They
now.
got the little
So
cups.
now I'm just put it in and stand up like y'all.
Yeah.
But that's why, like these different countries, like Nigeria, Africa, these places don't accept, really respect an African American woman because, I mean, well, not an African American, an American. Period.
Yeah.
United States, they look at us like women got too many
Yeah,
rights.
we're Westerners and we don't know our place.
Yeah, look at the
whatever.
woman that got killed, that they killed from the country, she was Muslim. And she was a writer.
Yeah, the writer lady. What is
Yes,
her name?
I can't remember her name. Somebody help us out.
Yeah,
But look at her,
Yeah.
because she started speaking about her rights and not being beat on. And they don't believe in a woman talking back and all of this stuff. And you're supposed to do this, and this.
Okay, well,
That's
listen,
why
I
a lot of.
look, I talk back and I don't listen.
But
I
you know they have in Africa. There's a country. I mean, a country that is a country. They have a little. It's like a hut. It's their own little tribe, right? And it's all women, no men allowed. And they take care of, and they have where you can come and you can you can travel.
Right.
And you have to get permission to come in there. But they show you their way. They build everything, their account, themselves, and they're abused women that are standing up for themselves. And there's different tribes. It's like, I think they said it's like 45 different tribes in Africa of African American women that stick together in these different tribes, but there's no men allowed. Now, if they end up dealing with a man, the man has like a Sunday where he can come and you deal with him. But like once out of the month or twice out of the month. So you're only getting penis about twice out of the month if you feel like doing that. But most of these women, are sewn up. And they also talked about that. Like they didn't, they sewed them up. They sewed them from birth.
Girl, listen.
And then when the man picks you, as soon as the man picks you, then they cut Miss Precious back open. But until a man, not you finding a man, until the man chooses you, they have a video on YouTube where you hear these little girls and screaming, getting they Miss Precious sewn up until somebody is able to get in there.
You know they do female circumcision over there. That's
right.
Listen, what you not about to do, sir, madam, Miss Thing, whoever you is, you not about to take no knife, sharp object to my lady bed. That's what you're not about to do. You're not about to cut off my pleasures and sex. No. I was watching something.
Yeah, because they save it.
Huh?
Yeah, you got. Oh, you young lady got some homework.
Wait, what?
So what they do is in certain places, right?
Okay.
In Africa, they cut the lips.
Oh no.
Yeah, they cut the lips.
That's not what I'm talking about.
And then they sew Miss Precious together.
But no, that's not what I'm talking about.
What?
Yeah, that's not what I'm talking about.
Why are you fingering?
We got 9 minutes. Look, that's not what I'm doing. Okay, first of all, female circumcision is a completely different thing.
Right.
So what you're talking about is where they sew you up. Female circumcision. I'm
Yes.
telling you this.
Go, because I think I know what
female
you're talking
circumcision.
about.
Okay, let me tell you what it is.
I've seen the video.
Female circumcision is when they cut off all of your outside genitalia parts. So your lips stay there because they don't feel anything.
Right.
But that whole hood and clit is gone. They smashing that right on off.
Right.
They using a little rusty blade.
And they cutting it, yes.
They're going to saw it right on off, and you're going to hope you don't bleed to death.
But then they undo it.
No, they can't undo it. No. No. There's no undoing it. When you're circumcised, honey, it's a done deal.
Yeah, no.
That
There's
was-
a thing in Africa where
When
they
they-
got doctors doing undoing the circumcised.
Huh.
Yes, you got to look at it.
I've seen it because they
Yeah, so
look, they
as soon as
talked about it.
somebody, as soon as a man picks them, like you said, as soon as they get picked, they pay for that to be open
Reconstructed.
and reconstructed. Because you still have your uterus and everything.
Oh yeah, all that stuff is still in there.
It's
but
just closed.
the outside is just.
So
the
you
front.
imagine just going to go wipe yourself and all you're doing is wiping your leg?
First of all,
You wiping your leg.
let me just tell you right
That's
now.
it. You just got proof. Wipe your leg.
First of all, let's be real.
It's like just having a
No,
toe with no
no,
other fingers.
Look,
I mean, with no other toes.
Look, let's be clear, okay?
Men have so much power. That's the only thing
Let me just-
overseas that I don't get.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I don't believe in any of that. At the end of the day, if I can bleed for 7 days and don't die, you can't beat me.
But
bruh.
that's my problem. Like
bruh,
now,
you can't beat
they
me.
leave that little piece of, for you to pee
And for your menstruation to come.
and for your menstruation to come. Like that is, how are you passing clocks? Because if you're only leaving me about this much, which is my clit and a little bit, imagine.
No, that's not what they leave in.
That's what it shows.
So what they do is they take about from the clit to like maybe about halfway down.
To your butt.
No.
No, to a man's gooch it would be, or
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Like they leave all of that open.
yeah,
Like that part's open. And
Right.
all that stuff at the top is just not there. It's all like they taking everything on the outside, tucking everything in the
yeah,
inside,
and
sew it
go.
together.
You like this?
Yeah, no. That's not what we're gonna do.
You
Okay.
a leg.
I'm,
You a smooth leg.
yeah. Listen.
Like it's crazy, but that's why they say that when you go overseas, they don't have a lot of respect for Africa, for just African American. Even if you're a pink person,
Yeah,
they don't
women-
have any
respect
respect
for
for
it. They
anybody
like-
from Americanized.
If you're from the West, they have no respect for
No.
us because we don't believe in upholding your traditions and the culture. And I just tell you right now, I'm not the girl, okay? What you won't be doing is throwing up nothing. And you ain't cutting nothing off.
But this
If
is
I was-
my other thing.
if
Like
I
I
was born
love
with
it.
it-
Don't get me wrong. I love it.
No.
And I think it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. If I was raised that way in Africa,
It wouldn't make
besides touching my Miss
it
Precious,
wouldn't make a difference.
like the earrings and the
Yeah.
African American,
Yeah,
the whole,
all that.
just the whole thing of the education of why.
Yeah.
Like that's the only thing that I don't agree with people. Like you're going and getting, the lips, the ears,
But
the
you don't know
nose,
why.
but you're not understanding what you are doing,
Right.
and why.
Like
Because
there
there's
it
a
has
reason.
meaning. Like everything it has meaning. Like the
Right.
plate in the lip, the loop in the ear, all that has
That's
meaning. Even the elongation of the neck, I think those are things.
yeah, they're beautiful. But you know what the first thing I think of? When you take the rings off your neck, like, what the hell gonna happen to your neck? You're not a giraffe.
Oh no! When you are what you're doing is you're stretching the neck muscle.
Yeah, I know.
But they're still tight, like
Yeah, but they're stretching it, but it's closed by
the ring.
the rings.
Yeah, but
Have you ever seen somebody in Africa with a mouth?
Yeah,
I never seen one. I never seen. Every time I seen somebody where they replacing it, it's like they got to be on this backboard and their head is flat like this, and they're taking the rings off and then pushing more ring, putting a deeper ring, but their head is always stiff because they got it around belted around a board. So I'm like,
Yeah.
now if you release that belt from around,
Listen, I don't know.
what is gonna happen?
I don't know. I feel like
Because your neck, you
my
gotta
neck
think.
is long enough.
Your neck might be long enough, but your vertebrae is not going to your bone.
bones.
Your vertebrae is not going to go that high,
Yeah, they will.
but they're not going to grow any more muscle. I mean, any more bone.
No.
No. So you got
What happens is
your C4, C5,
what
C6,
happens is
C7.
the cartilage fills the space.
Yes, the cartilage going to fill the space, but guess what? You want to tell me all that you don't have no bone in it? So some part of your neck, if you about as long as a damn giraffe, something is going to be weak. Because you got these things holding you. So if they let go,
Hey, Tom.
Hang tight. If they let go, what is gonna happen?
I don't know.
Cause you don't have a brain. You don't got no brain.
Yeah.
You ain't got no. You don't have no bone back there. But we're gonna look that up.
Yeah, you gonna find
We're
out.
gonna have to look that up and see what the hell's going on and how it is. But I would love, and I mean love, to take a trip with you, Jellolady, to Africa.
Absolutely.
We need to just do that.
I'm
one
gonna tell you
day.
right now. I really
Even
don't
before we pass away, we ain't gonna put no juju or a date on it.
I
But
feel
before
like-
God closes our eyes,
Yeah,
I think we
we
need
go.
to take a trip.
Yeah, Mama
To
wants to
Africa.
go. I want to go too, but I'm scared to go.
Why?
We're not going to Tanzania. That's not where we're going.
No,
No,
no
no,
times.
no Tanzania. In fact, speaking of Tanzania, I just seen a post on Twitter.
I'm gonna go see Shama.
Look, I was looking on Twitter. Tanzania is not where I'm about to go. Okay, so this girl, she booked a birthday trip to Tanzania. We got 2 minutes. The real fast, I'm gonna tell you. She booked this trip 6 days in Tanzania.
Mm-hmm.
By the second day, she was in the room with a stranger. Like she went in there by herself, locked the door, and then woke up and somebody was in there fondling her. Bruh.
Why you just sound like that darn thing, bruh?
Cause I'm gonna tell you right now what we not gonna do. I'm not trying to go to jail in a foreign country. But if you come up in my room while I'm on vacation, you gonna be vacated. I promise.
Yeah, that's why I think people go in groups now.
Yeah, and she went by herself.
Yeah, I ain't going to Africa by myself. I'm sorry. I'm just not doing that. I'm not getting off. When I went to the Bahamas, they was as soon as we got off the plane, they like, welcome, like,
Yeah, they welcome.
yeah, welcome. But the guy, before we got off the plane,
Told y'all.
they told us, listen, keep your bags, everything close to you. Someone will snatch. They are professionals. Make sure if you have money, make sure if
On your
women,
person, not
make
in
sure
your
you have
purse.
it on your put it inside your bra, whatever. And this was back in
In the day. In the day.
96.
Yeah, listen,
So just imagine how smooth they are in 2022.
22. Let me tell you right now. I learned.
First of all, you ain't gonna tell me that I gotta do all this before I get off the plane because I was skinted like.
Oh, girl. First of all, shout out to my mom for teaching me how to pack.
You have to.
Okay, because listen, I didn't know anything when I was, when I was young. I didn't know anything about packing. Like you throw your clothes in the suitcase, fold it up,
Right.
shoes or whatever. Get up. No, my mom is the queen of packing. So my mom says, she said, take all your money, and she said put $100 in each pair of pants.
Yes.
Roll it up, stick it in the suitcase.
Yep. You see me like
So
this.
roll it up, stick it in the suitcase. She said, now anything that don't have money in it, you fold it.
Right.
You put the rolls on the side, put the floor clothes in the middle, and you strap everything down. She said, so when they go to search your bags, like if you flying in airport, they have, some people they pull your bags to search, especially when you're going out of the country,
Right. They
searching
check
your
it.
bag. So what they do is they send it through the machine. The machine doesn't pick it up because it looks like fabric because it's rolled up.
Right.
It's rolled up.
It's rolled up in your pants.
in your pants. And then she said, when you get to the hotel, she said you leave the money in your pants. She's like, don't take the money out. You leave it in your pants. You put it in the drawers in the room.
Right.
She said, only thing you leave in your suitcase is your dirty clothes. She said, that's where you put your suitcase. So you all your dirty clothes in your suitcase. So if somebody comes into your room, they're checking your suitcase for valuables, not your drawers.
Right.
I didn't know that. When I went to Arizona for my first by myself trip to Arizona, I packed my bags that way. So I learned that way how to pack my bags. So just an FYI, if you're going out of town, you're going to save your money.
Do what the Jellolady mommy told you.
Yeah, put the money in your pants and you roll it up.
Yes.
And take it. But it is time for us to go.
Yes,
ladies
it
and gentlemen.
is.
And I think it's his first day at work.
So hopefully, yes, today's Samar's first day at work.
So excited! I can't wait to get his first picture and take off lunch.
Right. But you guys have a very blessed
Have a
afternoon.
blessed afternoon.
Make sure you tune in tomorrow, Tuesday. It is what it is. You never know what we're going to
Tomorrow
talk
is
about.
Wednesday.
We might
Yeah.
lead on
Look,
and keep telling
it's
y'all
your first
education.
day back. It's tomorrow's Wednesday, not Tuesday. Today is Tuesday, and we love you. And
No, tomorrow is what?
Wednesday.
Tomorrow is. That's right. We ain't
Yeah, No, I had to come
Yeah. So Wednesday, take the trash out if it's your day of
Your
Willowboro.
trash. Take your trash. Make sure you get
Right,
So,
get your trash out.
if you missed your trash day today, hopefully they're late and you can still get out there, but I'm pretty sure they're not.
So you guys have a very blessed day, and the Jellolady and I are out of here. It's the Midday Madhouse.
We love y'all. We out.
Tune in.
Tune in.
Oh.
What you see is what you get up on the morning show. I got a whole lot of bars, but before I go, chop real smooth, she the boss. No, baby. Hold up, I'm about to go to Jellolady. They your host, 12 to 2. If you need a getaway, come and see this view. Got a whole lot of drama feeling like you wanna snap out. Put your feet up and watch a midday.